So how do you know in your videos if you should be sitting or if you should be standing? So this is more specific to not so much live video, but more specific to your recorded videos. A lot of you guys are in different types of businesses and in different stages of your business, and you might be creating content for products that are going to be for sale, which, hello, awesome, congratulations. That's what we all, most of us anyways, are striving to do. And so a live video is going to be very different. It's much more casual, it's off the cuff, it's more conversational. And then your recorded videos, depending on what it's for, maybe it's for your YouTube channel, or maybe it's for an actual online academy or a supplement to an ebook, something where it's a product for sale. Those are going to require a few things that you need to think about. And the one thing that I wanted you to know right now is when you should be sitting and when you should be standing. Most of the time, you're probably going to be seated, which is nice and comfy for you. And then other times, you might find that you're more comfortable standing. When you're standing, it's a little bit more authoritative. People tend to sit with, they tend to slouch when they're sitting, but when they're standing, they have better posture. So you can experiment with what works better for you. I probably recommend for most people to do most of their shoots sitting down. The exception is sometimes with a sales video. If you're doing a specific sales video that goes into your product launch, then that might be something where you're standing or you're doing more of a speech on a stage. You get that feel. And so that is when you want to stand. But in most situations, when it's not strictly a sales video, then I highly recommend if you're teaching, if you're sharing, that you are seated and you're comfortable. If you have really long videos that you have to do and you kind of want to cheat both standing and sitting, then you can always sit on a stool that's a higher level stool with no backing or no arms so that it appears on camera that you're standing. A lot of people do that too. So one thing that you want to consider is, what is the point of this video? If it is a sales video where you need to take a little bit more seriousness, more command of the video, and it's to promote a sale for a product, then I would recommend trying it standing. One thing that people do when they're standing though is, yes, they sit up nice and tall, but make sure you're standing with your feet planted on the ground and looking at the camera. You don't want to rock back and forth because a lot of people do that. And then the people that are watching you are going to need some Dramamine. So make sure you stand nice and tall, stand up without moving. Same with sitting. I know we talk with our hands a lot. I sure do talk with my hands a lot, but it's okay. It totally works. But when you're standing, or even if you're sitting, make sure you're not rocking back and forth, which typically happens more often if you're doing your videos standing. But in most cases, I want you to know that sitting is going to work great. It's going to work great with all of the backdrops that I'm going to show you how to design if that is something that you need. Or you could just simply do it seated in an area in your home where it makes sense, works with your brand, and it doesn't have anything weird and distracting behind you. But we're gonna get more into that in the upcoming modules. But for now, I want you to consider, what are your videos about? What are your videos for? And think about, in some situations you might want to stand, but in most you are going to be seated.